in a second though. I just hit the live button, so technically we are live. You know, I probably should pull up the chat on my screen over here. Let me share this out. Because we are live. Let's see. Go ahead and share this. For those watching, I'm writing a share. We live right now on the Facebook. You know.
Yo.
I gotta pull up the chat too. We had a long evening trying to get this stuff set up, so please pardon the lateness. And the different look. You know, we're gonna get into it in a minute, y'all. We're gonna get into it in a minute. Just got a couple of things to double check. It's not as it's not the professional that y'all used to seeing. But
yeah, Beez's crib.
It's the most professional.
Man.
Yeah, Beez's crib is nice.
I hate this branding that they got on here though, y'all. I'm really not feeling it, y'all.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a big logo on the side.
Yeah, I don't even see the shit, but okay.
Yeah, that shit is like mad, like, ooh, look what we're using.
Look at it from YouTube, Beez.
All right, let me tweet that. I just tweeted that. For those of y'all that's tuned in right now, listening, this is kind of what it sounds like before we usually go live and shit like that. You know, you usually hear this is how we usually talking about things that's going on, what fucked up, what things like that happen. You know, but I just tweeted, I just shared. So you know, how's it go? You're now tuned into Khary's crib. It's another news day. I feel good. I'm on top like a kufe, but we're gonna skip all of that. We're gonna skip that. What's good? It's in Pretty People Tuesday evening. My name is Khary. This is not my crib. Tonight we are streaming live from NYC from the homie Beez Buddha crib. We in his living room right now. We chilling. Tati is in Florida. I'm in New York. I invited Tati to come to New York, and she was like, "Nah, it's gonna be too cold." And I said, "All right, you know, you can chill."
Tati
So now,
that paper, y'all.
so now she's now.
You said what?
She's chasing that paper right now.
Period. Making hella quiet.
Twisting up.
Beez, come closer to your mic.
Oh, hold up. Let me do
There
this.
we go.
How
That's
about
the
that?
one.
That's better.
There we
okay.
go. There we go.
Yeah. Tati, I see you twisting them locks, kid.
Yeah, so
Period. I try.
Get the bag. She a business
she
owner.
said that she didn't want to come deal with the cold either. And it's about 30 degrees here, and it's about 30 degrees in Tampa as well, and rainy. So she avoided the wind, but the cold by being in the cold.
That is true.
Yo, Tati,
That is true. It
You
feels
seen
great.
some
You know where
snow.
I've been all day?
You
know where I've been all day?
Where you been?
Where you
In the
been?
shop.
In the house, his house,
In the house,
Yes,
in the crib all day.
all day long. It was. I
shit.
woke up this morning. It was raining. It was still dark, and it was cold as hell. I'm not going nowhere.
You know
I
something,
stay in the
y'all?
house all day.
I need the people to know Tati has definitely been in the house today because a couple of minutes ago, let me tell you, she just jumped into her Superman shit because she was not looking like that a couple of minutes ago, yo.
Let me see.
Listen, I had to do a quick change.
She had the
I had
only
on lounging clothes.
she had the mom look, y'all.
Most definitely. My hair was my hair was in a scarf all day.
I got my my live chat over here now.
Mm,
Okay.
You know?
I forgot about the chat.
I can actually see a little bit of what's going on. I think I already fucked shit up.
Yeah, I hope not. We gonna go though. It's a world show today.
All right, there we go. I just wanted to make sure I could get some stuff up on the screen over here.
Tonight's show is raw like the web series that I watched.
Yo, I'm looking at, okay, I got the chat up now. I see Wayne over here. I see Khary over here. I see Ashanti over here. Cheryl,
Hey,
what's going on? You know, Wayne, what's going on? Ashanti, Sean.
Yo, look,
I am scared of cold weather, y'all. I am. I don't have the clothes.
What's popping, everybody? Huh? You said you don't have the. Yeah, what did you say?
I don't have the wardrobe for New York, y'all. I live in Florida, and I got whole clothes. I have whole clothes.
She got whole clothes.
Listen, in Florida, normally it gets down to maybe like 50s. That's the coldest it would normally get, and that's in the morning and that's at night. Normally throughout the day, it get hot again. You go to the beach. You'll see people. You'll wake up. It's cold as hell. By 9-10 o'clock, you could be at the beach if you wanted to. I'm used to that. I can't come to New York. I got to go shopping before I come to New York. I refuse to be cold.
So I drove out here.
New York jackets.
I drove out here. I drove my daughter's car out here. I was a delivery driver. And I drove out here with no jacket. As I was driving up north from Florida, by the time I got to Georgia, the temperature had already dropped to the 40s. It had already dropped to the 40s. I had put gas in the car. You know what I'm saying? I got tight real quick, a little too much. I had to.
You was hugging yourself?
Yeah, I was hugging myself trying to keep warm. I said, you know what? This is not a good look. I need to get a jacket. So as I was driving, I've driven this route many times. This is probably like my 15th time driving this New York, Florida shit. You know what I mean?
But it's never been this cold?
No, I've had jackets in the past, and I don't really go in the wintertime. I avoid driving in the wintertime. But I do recall stopping at different outlets along my way. So I knew there was an outlet along the way, and it's right actually at like the border of South Carolina and Georgia. It was a Tangent outlet. I actually stopped there. I froze my ass off as I walked around looking for a coat, because I'm looking for a coat in 40-degree weather with no coat on. And I found one. I'm now nice and warm and snuggly. And I also got some thermos too.
Yo, listen, let me tell you this.
What's that?
I bet you at that outlet, when they seen you walking in there with no coat.
Oh, they knew what I was looking for.
They definitely knew you were.
I'm gonna sell a coat today. Yeah. I don't know about anybody else, but this guy, he's gonna buy a coat.
Khary over here in the chat. Khary over here, that's my brother. So he said, yo, a few years ago, I drove up in a tee in the dead of winter.
Yes.
That's true. I drove up in a tee in the dead of winter. Yeah.
You never put on a jacket at any point?
Nah, nigga got surprised when he got out the car.
Nah.
Okay, you would have been in the car.
My first stop was at my brother's house. I was like, yo, let me borrow a jacket. Let me borrow a coat, not even a jacket, a coat. So I got the coat. It was an oversized North Face. You know, this was his coat from when niggas was wearing 3Xs when they only needed like a 1X. You know, so
big car.
I was warm. I'll tell you that. But yeah, I wasn't prepared for this cold weather. But I'm here. It's supposed to snow on Friday into Saturday as well. So yeah, we have that to look forward to. I have that to look forward to. Everybody, all my friends and everything tries to blame me, saying I bring the snow with me when I come, because whenever I do come in the winter, it just so happens to snow. I came one time a few years ago, and they was like, "Yo, this is the worst blizzard we've had in like since the last time your ass came." So
listen, as long as it ain't the blizzard of '96.
Yeah. But this one was a little bad though. It actually broke my car. The cold broke my car.
Broke your car?
Missing fire. Yeah. So I bought my car in Florida. You know, so my car has only ever known.
It's in your hand.
Heat. You know.
It's in your hand.
I know. I got multiple lighters though.
Khary is a lighter stealer.
Nah, I thought he was looking. Oh, Tati,
man, listen, it would be nice 15 lighters.
You hear me?
I can hear you.
I got a nice hat. With that hoodie.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Listen, we talking about being cold. we talk about being cold, and I turned on the AC when I came in because the heat was on. I'm like, I'm cold as I don't know what. And I put on a tank top. I don't even know why I did that.
Oh, also out here, my neck gaiter, which we have to put a mask on wherever you go out here. This has been keeping my face warm too while I've been out here. You know, I throw this on, kind of shit on my face. I can go in places, masked up, and I'm warm and snuggled.
He ain't never used that neck down outside of Florida. Let me tell you something.
He uses a neck gown with one of those hats he like, and he looked like the Undertaker sometimes.
Yo, listen. He gonna learn the hard way with that neck down. He gonna learn the hard way with that neck down. Because as it gets cold, right, we put it over his face, that shit gonna freeze his breath. And then he gonna go in some place and it's gonna thaw out. He gonna be like, why the fuck is this neck gather so wet? Well, I don't have it on.
I don't think that thing is saving you from COVID either, though, because it's thin as hell. That is cotton. That's cloth. It's like a very thin t-shirt.
I try not to be in people's faces.
Listen.
I can't hear you, Beez.
Say it again.
I said I'm setting something up. And we're gonna have a very special guest. We have a military guest.
I can't hear him. Beez, bring the mic right in front of you, not to the side.
It's here. Can you hear me now?
Barely.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, what's going on?
Is your mic on? Look at the side of your mic.
Yeah, the lights is on.
It's lit up. It's getting my vocals.
What about that? Can you hear me? Sound better?
I feel like I hear Beez on your mic, Khary.
Yeah, I think so. Let me see your mic, B.
Okay.
I don't know. Let's see. Testing.
I was rocking a minute ago. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, you would.
Turn it off and then you shut it.
All right, y'all. Sign language.
How's that?
Look, I'm high. I don't know sign language right now.
Yeah. Can you hear me now, Tati?
No, I don't think we can. I still don't think we can hear Beez.
I can hear you, Beez, but I got to straighten to hear you. So, I mean, we can keep going. As long as the chat can hear you.
Can the chat hear me? That's what I need to know.
Can you guys hear Beez?
I don't think they can hear you, Beez. 1 2 1 2. Yeah, see, can I get a highlight on my joint when I'm talking?
Okay, they can't really hear him.
Do I switch to my headphones?
Yeah, you might have to switch.
Someone said they can hear you better without the mic, Beez.
Someone said they can hear me better without the mic?
Yeah, you might have to switch.
That's what somebody said.
I pass me the mic. Take the mic up the stairs. Just pass me the mic. Yeah, but while we can figure that and do this shit. Let's jump into some TV from the weekend. I know Beez don't be watching this shit, yo. You know,
Beez, you need to get right.
Power. We have power.
We did have power.
It was a pretty interesting episode, if I must say.
Mm-hmm.
You felt it was one of the best episodes of the year, huh?
I like this episode. I'm not gonna lie. And I feel like I only liked it because of the ending. Like, I liked it when Diana went off.
Because of the ending?
It was like, it was within like the last, I want to say 10, 15 minutes. Like, it was one of the last things to happen. Not the very last thing, but you know. Yeah. I hope everybody watched it.
I watched it. I thought Diana was very dirty, yo. I thought she was very dirty. You know?
Wasn't the episode called Dirty Diana?
I don't think that was the name of it. That's what I called it. Can you hear me?
Can I hear you? Yes.
Yeah. Can you hear me like clearly? Like the mic is on my face?
Yeah. Can y'all hear me?
Yes. I can hear you guys.
Can you hear me?
Here you go, dude. Try to.
Oh, yeah.
That's also because I have my headphones in too.
Okay. Everybody can still hear? This is a wild setup. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. Wayne says, yo,
cool.
Wayne says the Power episode was epic.
Can anybody hear me? I need to know.
Yep, you sound good, Beez. Yeah, this episode was definitely dope as hell. I loved it. I love when she went off. I don't know why, because it just was like, oh shit. It was like, oh shit. Because let me tell you something. When so they aggravate me when they all are doing what they're doing, you know? Like you see Monet killed homegirl. But
that was wild.
I think Monet killed homegirl. They didn't show us her killing her, but I think she did.
She warned her.
Right. But nobody said it. So they aggravate me because they all be making moves and they don't communicate with each other. And that's why they get in the situations that they get in. That aggravates me. So when Diana was just like, boom, out on the table, I was like, oh shit, it's about to get messy. That's why I liked it. I'm like, yeah, I'm excited for the next episode.
She got real good.
She did.
Khary kind of convinced the teacher to take the stand instead of his girlfriend.
Right.
Which she did. And then she got asked questions about Zeke, her relationship with that. And once that came out, it was kind of like, hey, you're going to be up out of here. You know you're going to be out of the school. You know, she was at home. She got a call from, I think, the dean or somebody from the school, which was like, yo, you're going to be fired tonight. You know, you was fucking a kid, a student, and a teacher. That was murder, you know?
And the detective.
And the detective. And the lawyer.
And the lawyer.
Like, all of that came out in court. All of that came out in court.
When he was like, did we have a similar history? I'm like, what? Did they?
Yeah.
Dog, she fucked everybody that was involved with the
everybody.
I'm like, oh shit.
I was like, yo, that's crazy. You know? But so I think that's why they showed the hanging the way they did, and you didn't see who did it, because now you can maybe say, hey, maybe she's killed herself because of everything that's going on, and it's like, my whole career is over. Or maybe Monet just said, yo, I warned your ass, bitch. You kept fucking my nephew, who's actually my son.
For real.
By the way, reminds me, Zeke is a fucking idiot. How do you not know? Okay, check it out, Beez.
Bruh,
it was revealed on the episode.
Up.
It was revealed on the episode that Monet is actually Zeke's mother, right? Okay. We knew that as the audience. Zeke didn't know that. But Diana, at the end, on her pissed off rage, told everybody, yo, Zeke, that's not your aunt, that's your mother. And showed him the birth certificate. And he said, this ain't my birthday.
Man, listen, I saw a skit. I saw a skit, right? And
you can hear me?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
But you gotta talk in the mic so Tati can hear you.
You can hear me, Tati?
Why don't you just hold the mic?
I can hear you.
Okay.
I hear you.
You know, I want to do that. Yeah.
But no, I saw a skit where they used what's his name? Zeke. And the dude was like, when she said, like, that's her, you know, pulled out the birth certificate, he was like, how's she gonna be my mom if she my aunt? And I'm like, he's really that dumb. Like, he's really that dumb.
Jumping the broom.
That man is so stupid. And he's 23. They convinced, I mean, he did look like a big 19. He did look like a big 19. But then they say he's 23. You know, that's crazy.
I'm sorry.
He's 23.
I'm sorry.
He think he's 19, but he's really 23.
You think he's 19. He's really 23. They said he was born in 2002, but he was actually
when I heard them say 2002,
you know,
I'm like,
so wait. So this is the mischievousness of his biological mother.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You know, they went to look for the birth certificate, and she said, "Oh, we don't have no birth certificate for him for that year."
Oh,
so
she should have saved from DR.
But she revealed the birth certificate and said that he was born in '98. So now I was like, okay.
Now he's a grown ass man.
So they just took 4 years away from you, and you forgot about those 4 years. You know,
that is just insane.
I think I would remember being a kid celebrating my 4th birthday 4 times in a row. You know? How did they convince this kid that he was 4 years younger than he was actually? You know what I'm saying?
He was born on leap year. That's how they got that shit confused.
You know?
That's crazy.
I don't know. Can I tell you what?
Maybe they just didn't celebrate. Maybe they just didn't say anything.
I don't know no man that was a teenager that did not lie about their age at some point.
Never.
You know?
Never.
You never lied about your age.
Never.
You never told no chick when you was like in 5th grade, 6th grade that you was a year older than you was.
Nah, because I was always older than everybody.
He was always older than everybody.
You know what I mean?
Beez was Zeke back then.
You know what I'm saying?
Beez was Zeke.
They're like, yo, how old are you, yo? I'm like, yo, this is my age. They used to be like, nah. Yo, fam, think about how I used to get caught.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, yo, dude, I'm 23. I can legally buy liquor. Yo, I need some ID. You look like you're 16.
Hey, I tell you what, I don't know, dude, outside of you, that when we was like 13, 14, trying to holler at 17, 18-year-olds, we was telling chicks we was like maybe a year or 2 older than we was. So if we could have actually proved it, we would have proved it. So this dude is a fool. He don't know he's 4 years older than he is. This dude was 14, thinking he's 10.
What's more disturbing is that he was 20. He was 23 and needed Tariq to do his work because he was telling.
I gotta ask this. What's that? You saying that on his birthday? So when he was going to school, he should have been in high school, but he was in junior high. This is what you tell him.
Right. Yes, and he didn't know this.
Good G. Yo, listen, and he ain't even 14-year-old smart. He 10-year-old dumb, huh? So now here's the question. He thinks he's going to the NBA. Is he going to be able to cut it in the NBA knowing he's 23, playing with these young? Well, he's always been older playing with the younger kids, so of course his talent was better. You know, but he was 14.
He said that violated the guidelines anyway.
So basically,
right.
He had the LeBron body with a bunch of fucking, because LeBron, you know.
He was the ringer.
Yeah.
Bruh, listen, every time we talk about this dude, all I think about is that music video he did where he's like, ain't no hoe in my blood. Did you see his music video?
No, nigga did a music video? Cool, ain't no hoe in my blood. Oh, I gotta see y'all. Look, it's different tonight. I'm streaming from my tablet down. I'm with y'all.
This man was singing.
I'm looking shit up.
This man was singing. He was singing. It was so crazy.
What's his name?
Yeah, he do have a signature. I think he is like.
I don't even know, but the shit was funny as hell. Because people was. I don't know. I just know he said ain't no hoe in my blood.
Nah, I don't know the name.
Song.
That's all I know. Look it up and put Zeke from Power.
Now, only thing's coming up is Deja Loaf.
Deja Loaf.
Deja Loaf. Zeke from Power.
Yeah, that was a wild ending though for that show, for that episode. I wasn't ready for that ending.
Yeah,
I wasn't ready for that ending. I'm curious to how the dad's gonna react. He told me he gotta go. He pretty much kicked her out. Kicked out Monet. You know, Mary J. Blige's character. Pretty much kicked her out the house.
Mm-hmm.
She left. She ain't even say, nah, fuck that. She was like, oh yeah, I did some fucked up shit.
I mean, she knew she couldn't do nothing else. She just lied to her son about his age.
She lied to everybody.
The whole time. She had,
you know who's the maddest? You know who was the maddest? Kane.
Ooh.
Kane.
Yeah, Kane is a.
Hold on. I got questions.
No, what was it? Kane was like, so I ain't your oldest?
That nigga is so selfish.
I have to ask this.
What's that?
I hope the song is not called Door to the Squirrel.
What's that?
I don't know what it's called.
You said what, Beez?
I hope the song is not called Door to the Squirrel.
Oh, I don't know. It could be.
I have no idea. He's just funny because he really is slow on the show. Like the way he talks, the way he acts, is just stupid as hell.
It's called Tell Me. Zeke Power.
So about Zeke songs, don't tell me.
Zeke Power. Tell Me.
He's trying to find this song.
He's trying to find it. I found it. I found it. Listen. I have my phone. I found it.
The song is funny as hell. But no, they this episode was really good. I think it was really good. I'm excited for the next one. Yeah. I feel like I don't know what's about to happen with Diana. Because you know what? You see Tariq he has Diana, he has the other girl, what's her name? Lauren. Yeah. And then he has the other girl, the what's her name? I don't remember her name. The other girl that helps him.
Oh, that's Hustler Web.
How he got all these chicks in
the license chicks?
He got 3 girlfriends and treat them all like. The crazy part is that honestly he don't really be worried about them. He don't worry about them, but they make themselves like present in his life
for nothing.
And then he just take advantage of it. Not take advantage of it in a bad way, but he just like, all right, I don't know. That's just crazy.
They just pop up. They just pop up and he's like, yo, I need your help. And then you're like, all right. And every now and then he be like, I need some pussy. He's like, all right.
So pretty much he just got a couple of desserts, a couple of snacks.
Literally.
Yeah. I'll tell you what though, this professor killing herself or being murdered isn't gonna help Reek's case any, because they already feel like, yo, whenever there's people around you involved with your life, they end up dying. Somebody ends up dying. Why are so many people dying around you? How do you have the power to kill these people? They're going to think he has been killed.
Zeke the killer.
That is true.
Your daddy went missing.
Yeah, his dad was funny as hell when he first got locked up.
Right where you belong.
No, nigga. I was like, damn.
Yo, you know what's so crazy though?
What's that?
With Tariq's character is like, you gotta love him. Because what was it that Tariq did in the first season of Power? And it had people was being disrespectful to Tariq. And he's like, yo, it's a show, right? Like,
he did do something and everybody hated him.
For real, niggas was like, yo, I know some niggas seen him on the elevator on some real shit and was like, yo, I should beat your motherfucking ass, right?
I think it had something to do with the way he responded to like finding out his dad was cheating or some shit.
Yeah, I think that's when he started hanging with Kanan, and he was working with him against his dad. I think that's what it was.
Some shit like that. But it goes to show how far back this little nigga Amy with his pops. And
he's like, you just so disrespectful. Yo, women just like, I crazy. Slap your fucking face. Like, god damn, it's a TV show. That little nigga was acting good, wasn't he? That's some good acting. When niggas see you in the street and they think you still a character, he like, yo, my name is such and such. Tariq is my character. And
that is true.
Whoop your motherfucking ass. I should spoil your fucking eye.
Now, let me ask this question. Do we feel any different about Tariq? And I ask that because on this Power Book 2 Ghost, he's like the hero, in some way. He's the main cat. He's the anti-hero. He's the person that we're supposed to be rooting for. But in the original Power series, we kind of hated this little nigga's guts.
Yeah, because he was so fucking disrespectful, yeah.
Right. We all felt like he had the silver spoon in his mouth and he felt to be on some bullshit. Like his father didn't do shit for him.
Yeah.
You know what's so crazy? But did his character change with his sister and the little sister? Didn't the little sister die or some shit like that?
Yeah, behind some bullshit he did.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't watch it, but I just know little bits and pieces of it. But I got enough information.
Right.
I think as long as the character is the main character, whether they do right or wrong, we're gonna be on their side. We're gonna support. Yeah, because we're watching it. Sometimes I watch and I'll be like, Tariq is stupid as hell. But then I'll be like, okay, he got himself together. It's like, I feel like as long as they're the main character, it doesn't matter if they're the, just the
that we're gonna
villain or not.
I concur.
I
concur with that.
We're gonna always be on their side. But I think Tariq, honestly, he get on my nerves because I think he's still dumb. I think he's still dumb as hell. Like he gets himself in trouble, but I don't know, he just doesn't make the right decision sometimes. Even though, but I like the fact that in the show he's in this class and everything that they talk about, they're asking questions. So it's really questions for us, the audience. And then in the show, something happens to make you question it. It puts him in the same position. You know, like, are we inherently good, or do we make our own decisions? And then we watch an episode on where he feels like, you know, he was pressured to make a decision. You know, I like that aspect of the show.
Listen, it's like you said though. If it's the main character, we gonna root for him. And you know what's so crazy? Because we shouldn't be rooting for Dexter, but we do.
What? I be like, Dexter is gonna kill this man. Kill him, Dexter. Kill his ass because he got you fucked up.
Well, you know why we root for Dexter? You know why we root for Dexter? Because his code has him killing people that the system hasn't been able to catch. So that's how they get around us liking a serial.
Right. And that's where the morals come in. Because it's like, is it okay that Dexter is really a serial killer? I don't think y'all, like, watching the show, which is why sometimes I don't like watching this type of stuff, because it makes you like question your morals, or now you're desensitized like towards the situation. But Dexter is really a serial killer. Yeah, but it makes us feel better because
is he a vigilante?
He only kills bad people.
He is a vigilante.
So Dexter's really out here playing God. He's really out here playing God. You know what I'm saying? You kill somebody, I'm gonna kill you. Or you kill several people and you like it, so I'm gonna kill you. I mean, but he's the same as them. He just justifies it.
I'm not going to front on Dexter. There's a couple of more things that truly just need to go.
One more time, please speak louder.
There's a couple of people that just truly need to go.
Yeah,
I accept that.
Yeah,
well, that is true. I agree.
You know,
I agree.
With us rooting for the bad guy, that's what it is. Like,
right.
Some of us root for the bad guy.
The person who wrote the show was like, hey, how do we make this serial killer a likable character that people will root for? They pretty much say, hey, we make him like that. You know?
But that's what they always do with serial killers. Make them likable people. Like, you know, make them handsome, or they have good qualities that we can relate to, or we feel sorry for them. Like, they make them likable people. I don't know if it's because those type of people are likable people because they play on the emotions, or if it's really just I don't know. I just feel like with serial killers, they always make them like handsome, or like, you know, I'd be rooting for Joe on you. Like, you know, make them a likable character.
Check this out. You know what's so crazy? Like, you get into that because, like, I don't know about y'all, but I was rooting for Mad Max and Sprague Benz and all of the shotters. Like,
what?
Being the bad guys?
Because everybody was the bad guy.
Yeah, okay. They were the good bad guys.
Right.
That's what I was gonna say.
Which side did you rock with? You know? And it's like, okay, whichever perspective they showed you is probably who you would have wanted to win. You know?
Okay.
And that's only because you was on their side. You can live there.
Yeah. I actually finished Dexter today.
Oh yeah?
I did. I liked it, but when he unhooked her from the oxygen and shit, I'm like, now Dexter, come on now, you killing your sister too? Because how I felt about it was like, okay, they said that she was brain dead. She's not going to be able to like really know what's going on. You know, I love her. She cursed so much. I love it. But anyway, they were saying,
I love it.
I
love it. She be so funny. But like, you know, they said she was going to be brain dead. She probably won't know what's going on. She may not speak again. But then you heard homeboy saying, oh, I believe in miracles. It might be a miracle. We've seen this happen. Dexter didn't even wait to hope for a miracle. He just removed the tubes and untied her and took her and threw her ass in the ocean.
Dexter is an atheist that believes in science.
But Dexter is playing God right now too.
Yeah, he's so cold. He's so cold.
Like,
he's so cold as a serial, also being a serial killer. Like death is nothing to Dexter. Like he,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even him trying to be normal and be in a relationship, like that shit was killing him inside, yo. That shit was destroying him, yo. Yep.
Not him sending his son with the damn crazy. I understand you love her, but you also sent her to jail. I'm just saying. I really felt like at a point she was playing Dexter. But then she changed her mind, just like, he changed his mind. Which is why she drugged him. Because I do think they loved each other, but I'm not sending my kid to goddamn Argentina with a damn killer. That is just crazy. Dexter was just, man, Dexter was blowing me, dog. Like Dexter, I don't know. But anyway, I'm sorry. We weren't even talking about Dexter. We're talking about Power.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the next episode. There's only a couple episodes left of the season, so we'll see how you think they're gonna get Tariq off before the end of the season, or it's gonna be going into the season 3.
I think they're probably gonna do season 3, even though she should.
I think he's gonna be.
Oh yeah, I think they're gonna do season 3. I'm just wondering if he's gonna get off.
If they lock him this season, if they lock him up, he's done. It's over.
I feel like he's gonna get off in the next episode. These episodes have so much shit that happen in it. I feel like he's either gonna be off in the next episode or the one after that.
They pretty much had the whole damn witness testimony in this whole episode, from discovery to she's gonna be on the stand to not be on the stand, to somebody else be on the stand, to now she's dead and shit like that. So yeah, they go through a whole bunch of stuff in this one episode.
Okay, but can I just say, I could never. The girlfriend, Lauren, right? Even if your teacher talked you into it, right? I would have said something. You get what I'm saying? I feel like as far as like having
heads up type of thing.
Because okay, if you're saying that I'm wearing a wire to help him, but you're also trying to record a conversation between me and him, that's weird. First of all, as soon as it happened, of course you would have said something. You get what I'm saying? Like they're trying to collect evidence in your favor, but I can't tell you. I definitely would have said something. I don't even understand why she got caught up in a situation where she was bugged and shit around her dude. I don't even understand that.
She definitely could have put him on, because I do recall an episode where she had that watch inside of the vanity in the bathroom. She took it off and put it in there. In instances like that, she could have said some shit like, "Yo, motherfuckers got me bugged. They had me caught with pills. They try to implicate you or some shit like that." So if I start asking you some questions,
right,
that's why. And you know what I mean? I'm sorry. I'm trying to help your ass too, motherfucker. If she felt like she was gonna fuck with them like that,
but even when he got caught up, she still had the opportunity when he was saying they have some witness, and she found out that he was locked up and he got out. You could have said something. Instead, she just got mad and left. Right. So now it's like, and he's still looking out for her, trying to make sure she don't die. It's just crazy. This whole show. I'm looking forward to the next episode, though.
Yeah, I am. All right, we'll see where it goes. Let's move it on and shit like that. Cardi B is getting paid a little bit more money. She recently won a lawsuit. Yes, that's nothing to her. She's giving that away as gifts. But she won a lawsuit against what's her name? What was the girl's name? Tasha K. She was a blogger that kind of spread some rumors about. She spread some rumors about Cardi B, and I guess she stood on those rumors, and Cardi B sued, and a jury agreed with Cardi B and said, "Yo, that was defamation of character. You had no proof, you had no evidence. It's just some shit you made up, and you have too much of a following and shit like that for people to not think that you're giving them factual information." So they said, "Yo, got to pay her, B. Got to pay her, and looks like she owns about $3.5 million to Cardi B. Is she gonna get that money? I don't know.
That's crazy.
Because I don't think she got that much.
She might not.
Crazy.
Yeah,
And it'd be different with celebrities because they can actually calculate how much, when you're a regular person, you can't really say, okay, I'm trying to sue you for, slandering my name. If your name is your brand, it's like, okay, I could have made X, Y, and Z amount if this rumor wasn't out, and they can actually prove that. I feel like that's crazy. Like, I don't even know why you would say something like that,
Yeah. It's crazy. But as people that's in the media, a lot of them have lawyers that tell them, hey, when they step over the line, hey, they tell them this is what you did wrong, and this is why you should not do that because we can get sued, and this, and this. And these are lawyers that really know the law and understand it, so people listen to them.
Nah,
in her case,
she ain't have no PR. Public relations.
Not even public relations. A lot of times it would be lawyers that says, hey, you said this on your show, don't say it again because you can get sued about all of that shit. Because you said some bullshit that's not true. You have no facts. You don't even have a source for why you said what you said. You just made some shit up. And sometimes allegedly won't save your lives. So she might have even said allegedly. After something came out, and that still ain't saved her ass because she was still saying, hey, this is what happened.
I feel like he's telling me something.
You see? Was that Beez?
I feel like he's telling me something.
Let's see. Wade over here says Tasha K got caught lying and admitted, and didn't then Cardi B send an assistant. She said she still didn't put the video down, so she sent the cease and desist and shit like that, but they still didn't pull down the video, and that's why she went to court because she addressed them. And she said, "Fuck y'all, I'm gonna stand on this."
So listen, right now, Cardi. The judge is gonna rule for it after you know what Cardi just did for these people in the Bronx and all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like right now, so on the real, you know what's so great about Cardi B? She's genuine, Cardi B. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Ain't nobody like. There's no other person. What you see is what you did. She's gonna give you exactly what she is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And homegirl with the slander, you should have known that Cardi B wasn't gonna get that. You know, she's Puerto Rican. She's from those are two things you deal with. You know what I'm saying? There's all types of different things that can Puerto Rican.
I mean, sorry to her. I still saw her commenting on people's shit today. I wouldn't say nothing to nobody if I owe $3.8 million.
She's trying to get that money.
And she's like Dominican Trinidadian. Cardi B. Her mom and her father's Dominican, mother Trinidadian. African Spaniard descent.
Oh, saying like Puerto Rican from the Bronx. She's
from the Bronx.
She's just from the Bronx. She's Dominican from the Bronx. So, you know, whereby.
Yes, you gotta be careful how you talk about people, you know. And you know what? We don't have the phone lines open tonight, too, by the way. So disregard that if you see that in the chat.
Sorry.
Phone lines are not open. We are remote, and I really wanted the setup to be a little different, y'all. You know, this machine didn't really hold it down for me like I wanted it to.
Yeah.
Start playing a little hip hop stuff. I think it's this laptop. It's not. You know.
What's our next topic?
So we got to get into it, y'all. We're going to talk a little bit about football, y'all. Either y'all watched any football this weekend?
I watched a little.
I saw the Cowboys anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Seen was it San Francisco was? No, San Francisco was.
I'm not sure about the San Francisco game. I saw the last two games. Wade, I think Wade mentioned something. No, I think it was Sean that was asked if he was crying because Brady was out of it. You know, I was watching the Bucks game, the Bucks and Rams, and by the third quarter, I thought it was a wrap. And it turned out to be one of the most exciting football games I've seen. Well, I thought it was going to be one of the most exciting football games I've ever seen. You know, because the Bucks was down by 20-something points in the third quarter. And they just started making a comeback. The Rams fumbled, and they fumbled again. Then they hiked the ball something, another turnover, and the Bucks came back. Next thing you know, the score's tied. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? What is going on? They about to come back. Is Brady about to do it? But then the Rams came through. What's his name? Stafford? Is that his name? Stafford? Did his thing, throwing the ball, got him in field goal range. They hit the field goal, game over. I was like, yo, that was one of the most exciting games I've ever seen.
That's crazy.
I didn't think it could be topped. But then there was another game that came on after.
Which one?
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Who the Kansas City Chiefs play again?
Steelers?
No, not the Steelers. Who they play? The Bills. The Bills. Yo. I said, yo, Griselda pulled out guns on the Bills and said, yo, y'all niggas finna win this motherfucking game. Right? I'm joking. Right? But yo, this game, oh shit. I thought the last game was the best game I've ever seen. This game was the best game I've ever fucking seen, man. The shootout. You thought the Bills was gonna win it, yo. You thought the Bills was gonna win it. You know, instead of Mahomes, passing his motherfucking ball all over the damn field, getting touchdowns. They start coming back. They tie it up. Then they take the lead, and then they take the lead, and then it looks like it's going into overtime. No, actually, it did go into overtime. And I'm like, yo, this game is crazy. This was one of the most ridiculous games. This game reminded me of playing Techno Ball, you know, where me and whoever I was playing was nice as fuck, and we can score whenever the hell we wanted, you know? And that's how this game went, because it was just like pass after pass, touchdown, overtime. And it's pretty much overtime was determined by whoever won the coin, because whoever won that coin was going to score that drive. I think we watched all of that game just to be decided on one fucking drive, on one touchdown. And it was one of the greatest games I've ever seen. One of the greatest football weekends in the playoffs I've ever seen. And it was so dope that Patrick Mahomes' fiance popped champagne and sprayed the whole crowd below her. She was like, yeah. Yo, she had the champagne spraying it on everybody. Twitter came for her ass, yo.
I'm a fan.
She thought she was in a club.
Yo.
She thought she was a rap star.
I am not a stripper.
She said
Look,
she made
that
it
was
rain.
the first thing I said. I would have been upset if I was one of the people that got, that fell victim to that. But
I understand, who Mahomo just won this shit, but yo.
Did you say Mahomo?
Stop this, yo.
Did you say Mahomo?
Down.
Patrick Mahomes. Let's see. It said fans aren't happy. Fans aren't happy with Patrick Mahomes' fiance, Brittany Matthews. After the Kansas City Chiefs' epic win on Sunday, video shows Matthews spraying a bottle of champagne on the crowd from her luxury box. She says, "Let's go." And let me see. Can I see this? Look at that. Look at this. The pop in the bottle. Spraying everybody. She's making it rain on them hoes down below her. Look at her. She's making it rain.
Listen, we'd have had a problem. We'd
have
had a problem.
That's my boo. She said, that's my boo. And, you know?
And my Samuel Jackson do the right thing voice. Hold the fuck up, motherfucker.
Exactly.
What are you doing?
So
because it's like, can you imagine being you sitting down there? Like real shit. Can you imagine you being down there and that happening to you? I'd be pissed off. Like I'm going up to the box. Like, bruh.
No, I paid $200 for this jersey, damn it.
What the fuck you got going on? Definitely would have been an issue. So I understand. They probably was the ones that got wet.
So the people said, yo, this person's name was Snowflake Karen. It said innocent fans drenched in cheap champagne, possibly leading to frostbite or even hypothermia.
Oh my
God.
Please don't be proud of this. Dumping liquid on unsuspecting people is not cool. Give the people in your box a shower next time.
Yeah. You keep that in here.
It's
you
a good
keep that
take.
in your box.
It's a good take. Keep it in your box.
Keep it in your box.
Keep it in your box.
Not the box.
The box? I think we might have lost Tati. Tati froze up a little bit over here. Let's see. Brittany, man.
Tati, you there?
Listen, I just wish I could do what I want without getting attacked every day. Oh shit, that's an entitlement shit for your ass.
And where is she? She. Because he's biracial, right?
Yeah.
Is she biracial or?
She don't look like it.
She on one side of the fence, huh?
Yeah. And Antonio Brown trolled the Buccaneers for losing as well.
I know, and they recently seen him repping a Ravens jersey.
You got rep a Ravens jersey?
Yes, like the man might be going to Baltimore.
Oh shit.
It was like, at the end of the day, yeah, he might be nuts, but who don't need a good receiver?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's see.
I know we don't want him in Atlanta.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, I think Tati froze up on us or something like that.
She's not there.
What's that?
Tati.
No, I don't think so. I don't know. Let's see. All right. But let's move it on. But I was talking. Did you see this video that Dre released of Eminem rapping like the last verse he rapped out? Or what was the song?
No, I didn't.
He released a video. So it was actually Godzilla.
Okay.
Right, and he kind of like implied like, yo, who could take Eminem in the verses type of shit. And Swizz Beatz actually replied. And who do you think Swizz Beatz said to go against Eminem in the verses?
I don't know. I'm enlightened, intrigued.
Swizz Beatz replied, Buster. What you think about a Buster Eminem versus?
You know something? That's interesting. Grab your phone and say something. That's interesting though. That actually
makes sense a little bit.
Yes. When I'm looking at it, what you call it, because Eminem is animated too, and I forget sometimes about how animated.
Now, when you think of the last verse and you start hearing M with his, I'm not even gonna try to like, I don't know the bars off the top of my head, but you know what I'm referring to. It's like that. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's Rap God.
You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, but even a flow like that. What other MCs can you think of that has flows like that?
Buster and he's got that.
Yeah, Buster got those run-on sentence bars type of shit, like Eminem kind of do. You know?
With that shit.
Yeah. You know, Buster does that shit.
He's been doing that for years.
You know, he's been doing that for years. And now just thinking about, and they both have hits.
Mm-hmm.
They both have hits. Granted, Eminem does have huger hits than Busta Rhymes. You know, but Busta Rhymes been putting out hits for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
What can Eminem play that would kill Scenario?
There's nothing really.
You know? He like, bring it back, come with wine, powerful impact, boom from the cannon.
Listen,
it'd be hard for everyone to take some shit. Yo, I think that's a good battle. I'm looking to see it.
It would be hard. It would actually, like when you know, like really comparing and thinking what you're saying, it would actually be hard for Eminem to actually possibly even win that battle.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't think it.
Like
I would say
Busta.
I think it'd be hard for either one of them to win.
It'll be. It's not gonna be like no slaughter. Nobody's slaughtering nobody in this battle.
Right.
But I feel like Busta got a couple of punches that he can throw that will fuck him up. You understand what I'm saying? It, like I said, it's all about the verses that M picks, but with Busta too, it's also about the shit that he picks. Like if Busta pulls shit like Rhymes Galore out his ass, and you know what I'm saying? Like, boom, we know the MOP shit is gonna be on there. We know like Touch It is gonna be on there. We know Where My Eyes Can See is gonna be in it. We know Even Dangerous. There's gonna be a verse from it, you know what I'm saying? But then what Busta's got is a lot of leaders of the new school shit will possibly be the shit to actually help him win this battle.
That one I don't know. Because it's not just gonna be our demographic that watches this versus.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I think there's a lot of people that don't have no clue who the hell leaders of the new school are. I think to a lot of people, leaders of the new school is the same, not a group. You know, people past a certain generation. You know, they don't understand that leaders of the new school was actually the first group that Busta Rhymes was in that was down with like native tongues. There was like 4 members of leaders of the new school. Yeah, Dinko D, Charlie Brown, Busta Rhymes,
but they were like, that's also like the true reason why leaders of like groups like leaders of the new school, what they call like faded out, because they were, you know, about Black empowerment, power to the people, native tongues type, what you call it, and that died out because it wasn't ignorant enough. Well, never have rap music telling Black people that they're great. You know
they didn't fade out because, but the group didn't break up because of that. The group broke up because Charlie Brown and Busta Rhymes were kind of clashing on who was the nigga in the group. You know, like who was that nigga in the group? And T corrected me, Milo, the DJ under LONS, who Milo didn't actually rhyme on the first album, but he kind of rhymed on the second or third. I thought, he's not bad. He's not bad. Yeah, I thought you like, I need some checks too. I'm gonna just spin these tangents.
Wait. No. Milo wasn't with the Tribe?
No, he was with LONS. He was the DJ.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're correct.
Yeah. Nah, but I think this would be a dope
I think this
battle
is going to be one of those. My bad. Go ahead.
No, finish.
No, I was just going to say, I
if
feel like
the battle
this is going to be
down.
one of those concerts. I feel like it's going to be treated kind of like a concert. Like everybody's just going to have a good time. Kind of like I feel like kind of like the Fat Joe and Ja Rule one, you know? Everybody just enjoyed themselves. We at the end of that, honestly, they kind of hyped up the competition, but I feel like we never really cared about who won. You know, it was like a concert. You know, it was like an experience. I feel like this is what this is going to be like.
If that Busta and Eminem is to go down. It would, for me personally, it would just be so great for me to see them perform Calm Down. Oh my God.
That's the song they have together?
Oh my God, yes. Oh my God. Oh my God.
You fangirling over there, huh? Beez?
I know, right?
Yeah,
oh my God.
Wait, why you say fangirl? Why you couldn't say Stan?
Listen.
Because that's what it's called.
I'm boopying right now on that.
Right now. And that's okay.
Boopying on that. Boopying the yo, that song is so hard, yo. Like, you know, like Busta and Eminem, yo. Like, and you hear both of those styles and you think, yo.
Yeah, I think that'll be a dope battle. You know, it'd be another cool battle that I'm not sure if this person going against Eminem would actually have the hits. I think it would be entertaining though, because this is the person that Eminem early on based his kind of style on, and that's Tretch.
Yo, you wanna know something? That's funny. That's funny. That's funny, but
you gotta
see,
grab your mic.
That's funny because generation-wise, it's all about who watches that. Because
that would be a purist.
Yeah, because I don't know who y'all talking about.
That would be a purist.
Yo, you do know who we talking about. You just don't know him by that name. You just know the song.
Maybe that. Maybe that.
It is.
Maybe that's it.
Tretch was from Naughty by Nature.
You know, the Hip Hop Hooray. And he was married to Pepper from Salt and Pepper.
Okay. I know who you talking about. Okay. Yeah, I'm like, when you said his name, I'm like, I don't know who the fuck you talking about.
It was the married to Pepper from Salt and Pepper. That actually got like, oh, now I know what you're talking about. You know, you got to pick Tretch from different generations on what he was doing.
Yeah, in certain songs,
I forgot all about that.
And what you call it, like they'll be forever paid. Or for him, whoever owns the rights to Hip Hop Parade will be forever paid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, with Tretch and Eminem, yo, the styles are so different though. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I mean,
but you can see where kind of Eminem bases his pattern from.
Yeah, but hit-wise, I think Tretch would give him a run for his money, depending on the age. Man.
Let me ask you something. Do you think Feel Me Flow was a hit?
Yes, I do.
You do? I don't really recall it getting that much praise like I thought it was.
Yo, that shit, Feel Me Flow.
I love that song, but I don't think it got as much praise as I thought it was. I thought that would be like the summer song, and what did it feel like it was the summer song?
You know what got less played than that, and I thought it was hotter than Feel Me Flow? Jamboree.
I don't even remember that one.
Oh, come on. I know you jam, you know a jam. You know what I mean? Like it's a jam for me. It had the hot beat.
Yeah, I tell you what, I love Naughty by Nature, but their albums was always low hit miss with me. It's like I never
they have feel good hip hop.
I know, but I'm saying they never had an album where I felt like I could listen to it from song A to song B. This was the last song. You know, I never had an album. I never had a no skip album from Naughty by Nature. And I always wanted it.
There's a lot of people that made no skip albums. I mean, you know, made albums that it was hard to make a no skip album.
Right. Slick Rick made one. Great Adventures of Slick Rick was a no skip album.
Classic, yo.
You know?
Classic.
And that I think that's the thing that got me like that. Because that's one of the first albums I heard. That was like a no skip album for me.
But that's like for me, like so, I said, Outkast's first album. It's a no skip album.
Yeah. You know?
I get it.
And it's not just and I mean like just from my whole introduction to like hip hop, The Great Adventures of Slick Rick was like one of the first albums I actually had the whole album. Gotcha. You know, other than that, it was just like taping songs from the radio. It's like the first album I actually purchased was like The Great Adventures of Slick Rick. And that whole album is like that was the first album I ever bought. And for me, that was a no skip album. To this day, I can listen to that album from start to finish. You know, and I would buy albums after that thinking I would get that same feeling that, yo, I'll be able to listen to this shit, and I would have a lot of disappointment in my life. You know, looking for that kind of feeling.
Yeah, I get it. Because for me, Eazy-E's first album,
Mm-hmm.
Easy Does It. Yo, let me tell you something. That was a fly album from beginning to end. The hot album, dope. That album had the drip, whatever you want or what you call it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like Dre on the beats, Cube on the rhymes, even though it was Eazy-E's album. Y'all understand what I'm saying? I'll blow you up if you got a ghostwriter. I'll call you a ghostwriter name out quick and fast too. You know what I'm saying? But like that album was like from beginning to end, yo. I don't know if it was the fact that Dre was on the beats and and that's like that was like their first official project. A lot of people think like the NWA album came out because Quiet as Kept, they were selling albums in the street first, and then then Jerry Heller came to them and did a little but their first official album is actually the Eazy-E album. Mm-hmm. Easy Does It.
Yeah, I always felt like NWA was NWA before they were, because they was all doing it on Eazy-E's album. It's like how Dr. Dre's The Chronic. It's Dr. Dre's The Chronic, but there's mad Snoop on it.
It's really Snoop's album,
right? It's like Snoop's first album almost, because he wrote a lot of the shit he's on there, but it's kind of the same shit that they did with Eazy-E, which Dr. Dre was behind that shit too. Now, Tati, let me ask you, what was one of the first albums you ever this was my first album I ever listened to?
It was, hold on, let me see. I can't think of the exact thing.
And did you love that album?
Yes.
Okay. And the reason why I asked that, because now I wonder if that first album you listened to, the way you feel about that album, does that kind of dictate how you feel about music throughout your life? I have to, for me to love
yes
music,
and no.
For me to love music, it has to give me that feeling that I got when I heard that first album and how that made me feel.
Yes and no. I think the first album I ever listened to was The Carter. First album I ever listened to. Oh,
that's a great first album to ever listen to.
So
that was a dope ass album.
That was a dope ass album. And that's probably why I love Wayne so much. Like, I listened, and from that point on, he became one of the artists that I listened to everything that he did. Like, if he, you know how right now I'll listen to a few songs off an album.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Him, after that point, I would listen to his whole album straight through.
Now, is that the album? Did that have This Is the Carter, or was that the Carter too? Which album had this the Carter?
This one had it. This one had it.
The Carter?
The Carter had it.
Okay. Yeah, that's a dope first album, and that would explain a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I do kind of base how I feel about music and on that first experience because of the way that I enjoyed it. So if I don't enjoy a song as much, it's clearly I didn't like it so much, Okay. So I do base it on that. But then also there are I feel like there are gray areas. I definitely feel like there are gray areas where sometimes I won't say that I don't like it. It's just different from what, I like.
Now I'm curious, T the King over here in the chat, what was the first album you ever listened to and you ever heard? He's like the stupid hip hop head. So I'm curious as what his first experience was the first album I heard and was this is that shit, So that was interesting. I never actually thought about what guided my life through music and what made my love of music.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like because of the way we love music, especially, I don't know, I feel like the generations, that's what make them different. That's why they don't like, or not don't like, but that's why we can tell that, or our opinion is that music is watered down now. Because back in the day, things were so different. So it's when things kind of change from that, if it's not you know, from a creative standpoint or like a substance standpoint. That's why, I don't know. And I feel like my opinion is biased too, because I like older music. I don't really, you know, mess with the today music, you know? So I feel like that's why we look at things like that too. That's what affects it.
Go ahead, Beez.
I think that with that being said, like today's music, the fact that I'm looking for that type of feel from like the first album I bought, or the first like real piece of music, like I feel was good music to me. You know what I'm saying? Music doesn't give me that feel now. And it's like I said before, like maybe because everything sounds the fucking same. You know what I mean?
I feel you on that.
If shit didn't sound the fucking same, like yo, it's cool and it's what you call it. It's all right. You know, here and there, all right, yeah, okay, 2-3 people got a song that sounds similar or whatever. I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's a little like you try to jump a little wave, but nowadays it's like, yo, nah, I'm gonna sound like him, and it's gonna be 100 songs out there, and like nobody has, you know what it is? Nobody has their own sound. It's
you know what it is? Nothing has replaced the word biting.
Say it again.
Nothing has replaced the word biting.
In hip hop.
In hip hop slang, right. Nothing has replaced the word biting. The word has died out and nothing has replaced it. You know, like back in the days, the word was fresh. You could use fresh for so many things. You know what the word is that kind of like replaced that over the current word would be like something like lit. You know, it kind of replaced that phrase, that feeling, that emotion in like hip hop. Biting, nothing has replaced it. There's nothing that's biting was pretty much, yo, no copy. You can't copy my shit. Don't bite my style. Don't steal my shit. There's nothing that kind of replaced that.
And you know what's so crazy?
That's not even a thing now. You don't hear nobody really saying, yo, you copying my style. That used to be what caused a lot of beef between people. It's like, yo, I think you biting my style. And the niggas would battle. Like that's where like battling started coming.
Yo, it was like, yo, you sound like me. Oh no, we gotta take this out, and we gotta what's called like, okay, for instance, there was an artist back in the day named Ali Vega. This kid sound just like Nas, coming out of Queensbridge. He wasn't coming out of Queensbridge, but he was coming out of Queens. He sounded just like Nas. His career got cut short.
Because of that fact.
And because Nas was going so hard, and I think Nas said something, made a reply to it about it. And that's the whole thing, like back in the day. If somebody had your style, you said something about it, and then y'all took care of it. Now, ain't none of that. It's like, yo, you sound like me, yo, dope, son. We get on the album together.
And nowadays, it's not just the sound. It's also like the look and style and behavior as well. You know?
That is true.
Like, so, like, if I could try to correlate that, if artists from the 80s was like popping now, like, so if the Fat Boys was popping now, there would be a Fat Boys from New York, a Fat Boys from Philly, a Fat Boys from the West Coast, a Fat Boys from Florida, but with dreads, you know? And that's how it kind of feels nowadays. And I think there's
there were 2 Dr. Dre's.
Yeah, but they did different things.
Tati, you ain't know that, right?
The other Dr. Dre was on MTV with Ed Lover.
No, I didn't know that. I've never heard that in my life, actually. Are you serious?
Dr. Dre's, East Coast Dre and West Coast Dre.
Right. But you kind of knew who they was talking about in whatever sense they was talking about.
Yeah,
so they would be like, oh, producer Dr. Dre, or then they would be like, oh, MTV host Dr. Dre.
Or DJ Dr.
Dre. Yeah, or DJ Dr. Dre. Even though Dr. Dre was a DJ, he wasn't really known for being.
I've actually never heard that.
Yeah, he used to be on. He used to host MTV Raps with Ed Lover. He used to be Ed Lover.
And they used to come on 5 days a week.
Yep, Monday through Friday. They was like before TRL.
Yeah, that was your after school, but for us, it was
Rap
your
City.
MTV Raps and then Rap City.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So your MTV Raps was on from like 3:30 to 4 o'clock, and from 4 to 5 was Rap City, because back in the days, niggas wouldn't come outside till like 5. After you be looking, niggas ain't outside. From 3:30 to what's called, niggas go straight home and watch videos. That's just what it was.
That is true. We used to come home and watch videos too.
Mm-hmm.
You was probably 106 in Park, or that's
106 in Park. We used to watch. I missed 106 in Park. I miss 106 in Park.
106
and the
Park
countdown.
Now, when did you start watching 106 in Park? Who was the host?
Good question.
I'm high as hell right now, y'all. But
was it about Weezy?
With the locks. Do with the locks.
Oh, AJ and Free.
AJ and Free.
Oh, so you was watching it early. You was watching it early.
Yeah.
Okay.
Early.
Okay.
We used to watch that like that. I don't think y'all, when I be talking about things like black movies and black shows and BET, like that was like a tradition. It was like a, we all watched the BET Awards. We would come to each other's houses, the whole family, watch the BET Awards, or watch Medea movies together, 106 in Park. Like that was like a thing in my household, in my family. So we was watching that young.
Okay.
Beez, you straight.
Beez always feel like his lips is dry and everybody's paying attention to his lips on the street.
Yo, fam, no, right now, like, they are dry.
Beez, I can't even see your lips.
Right?
I cannot see your lips from here.
I don't care what you can see. It's about what I feel.
But look, I don't blame you. I'm one of those people. I'm freaking out if I don't have my chapstick.
I just keep looking at my shit like,
yo, listen,
I tell you what, I feel good today. I actually went to the barber, you know what I'm saying? The homie Bugs hooked me up, I feel like I don't look like a wild man anymore. I didn't see the barber in about 3 weeks.
The nigga ain't got the baby fro.
He said I don't have the baby fro.
Khary looked like he was gonna rob me for my change before he got it.
I was looking grimy, huh? Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Real shifty, like.
Real shifty. My hair was kind of like that too back in the day.
Like you would have stick me for my change in my pocket.
For your change. Oh shit. Nah,
I'm joking.
I didn't get a haircut because I got sick with COVID for a little while. And because I got sick with COVID, I just pretty much stayed away from everybody. Didn't see the barber, nothing. So, yeah, today was like the first time
I
got
Beez about to make me put on my chapstick.
I feel good.
Hey y'all.
But keep it with the hip hop thing real quick, yeah. There was an article that I read today about Jeezy and his wife Jean. And they allegedly plan to raise their child gender fluid.
I feel like that was her idea.
What you mean gender fluid?
Gender fluid. You don't know what gender fluid is?
No, you gotta explain that to me.
Okay, let me look it up for you.
It sounds wild.
All right, so gender fluidity refers to change over time in a person's gender expression or gender identity, or both. That change might be in expression but not identity, or in identity but not expression, or both expression and identity might change together. So pretty much what it means is,
so if he has a son named John, or better yet, he has a son, and we're gonna just say Jack, and when he gets 13, he wants to be Jill. That's what we basically going at.
They're gonna no. They're not going to like. They're not going to stress gender on him. Like they're not going to. You're a boy. Boys are supposed to, etc. They're not going to
play with dolls and shit like that. Like
right, but they're also not going to like go in depth about you're a boy. This is what a girl is, and these are the characteristics. It's just, you know how pretty much some people, they step around the whole gender thing, you know, pretty much like that. There's not going to be, oh, you're a boy, wear blue. You're a girl, wear pink.
Right. Is that like a superstar thing?
No.
I'm just saying a lot of our Black superstars, you know.
I think that was Jeannie's idea. I definitely think that was Jeannie's idea, but I think because Jeezy, that, you know, that's his wife.
I can start the list.
He's on whatever she's on, but I could be wrong at the same time. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that.
That's weird.
I mean, it's not my business, really.
Black Hollywood, it's wild. It's a lot of stuff going on in Black Hollywood.
But is it really wild? Just not pushing any particular thing on them. It's like you can wear what you want. It's not okay. We're not going to say you can't wear that because that's for girls.
Yeah,
right.
You know,
I get it.
It's just different than what we're used to.
It's for boys.
Yeah, it's just different from our upbringing. I think, like, you know,
right.
And it's also preparing them for. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say there was a time where girls would only wear dresses, and boys would only wear trousers. You know, and most boys pretty much only do wear trousers, but they're just not saying, okay, you can't wear this or that because this is what you are. Now, I wonder if it's a boy who's going to teach him to use the bathroom. How's that going to work?
And how? Like, are they going to teach him it's okay to sit down, and stand up? Like, you know, I think it's just getting them prepared for the new world.
I have to ask you, maybe the Akon and Young Jeezy.
Man, shut up.
About this man, right? That's the man we talk about, right?
Yeah, Young Jeezy.
Thug Motivation? 101?
Yeah. People change, you know what I'm saying? Like, people change. I also feel like...
I tell you what, there's no... this might be a good example. There's no... You don't have to associate a gender with toughness. Both men and women can be tough and things like that.
I feel like Jeezy has more coming with his career. Like, I feel like, you know how we kind of watch, for example, it's not the same thing, but how we kind of watched, let's say, like, Steve Harvey go from like this potty, filthy mouth comedian to hosting Family Feud. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Jeezy being with Jeannie, because Jeannie, you know, is on a talk show on, you know, daytime TV. I feel like she is also helping him step out of that whole trap rap, you know, and really bringing him into and mainstreaming him pretty much. So I feel like so I feel like he's making that transition right now, being married, and you know, I feel like he's making that transition right now.
So you kind of say,
I'm not mad at it.
She wants them to be the high profile couple that everybody aspires to be.
Yeah, and also you got to understand, I think Jeannie lives in, I don't know, but I know she lives in LA. That type of stuff is bigger out there than it is, you know, here. Of course, we all are aware of it, but in California, you know, their state laws are different. So they're aware of it. You know, they're seeing the gender neutral bathrooms. We don't really see that. So I feel like she's from there where that's a prominent thing. And I feel like, which is why she, you know, had the conversation, or they decided to do that. I don't know. I just think it's different than what we're used to.
In case you missed what we talked about, because we don't have the overlay like we normally do, we were just talking about Young Jeezy is like Jeannie, a child, gender fluid. And
that's kind of how, I'm sorry.
Is it weird? The new
norm. I was gonna say that's kind of how the world kind of reacted. The world reacted similar when Dwayne Wade's, you know, daughter you know, and they came out and talked about how they're raising her, you know. And I feel like the world just reacts the same because it's different than what we're used to.
Exactly with Magic's son too, right?
Yeah, it's just different than what we're used to.
Those three things, you know what? Let me correct myself. It's not three things. Those three identities are identified differently. You know, Magic Johnson's son, it appears that he identifies as a gay man. You know, that likes to dress in women's clothes and stuff like that. It appears that what is Dwayne Wade's daughter's name? Because that's
starts with a Z.
Zendaya or something like that. I think she identifies as a girl actually. And Jeezy and Jeannie Mae say they're not actually specifying a gender whatsoever. The child will choose a gender if they choose to choose a gender, or they could just say, you know what, I'm just a person.
Yeah, her name is Zaya.
Okay. Zaya.
But no, but they're pretty much in the same realm of things. That's why I brought it up as an example, because we're kind of having, like, right now and today, that's where society is kind of progressing to. And we're kind of confused. I feel like pretty much people that haven't had to experience it, maybe having someone in their family going through these type of situations or know someone personally, we're kind of confused at, you know, the non-binary thing, and all of a sudden, like, addressing people by pronouns rather than gender. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's all in the same realm of things where the America is just getting used to this type of stuff. So I feel like the reaction to seeing celebrities kind of, like, you know, raising their kids in that way was similar. That's kind of what I was like. Comparing it to.
Okay.
Just the reaction.
Okay. All right. You got anything to add to that, dude?
Nah.
Gotcha. Let me see if I got anything else on the radar. I didn't really have a whole lot. Well, actually, I got another one I want to talk about real quick. I want to get your thoughts on the Beez. Paid in Full 2. Dame Dash was talking about, saying that they're actually in the works of doing the Paid in Full 2. It is being filmed in Newark, New Jersey. And you seen Paid in Full, correct, Tati? I think you have something in front of the screen.
So what they're gonna have the nigga get out of jail and be killed in Harlem?
No. Paid in Full 2, from what I've read, actually, it takes place in the aftermath of Alpo and them doing their thing in Harlem, pretty much. The people that started coming up after them in the area, and things they were doing and how they started getting money. So, like, how their influenced a generation of hustlers. It seems like, and he said there's going to be a bunch of different stories of different figures from that 90s, 2000 era. Yeah. So that's in the works. I think that's going to be kind of interesting to see. I'm curious to see what era they're actually going to be taking place in and how they're going to make that look. Of course, the original Paid in Full, I thought it was pretty accurate to the way the era looked. Except maybe for some of the scenes where, like, I don't think they was that baggy in, like, the early 90s.
Early 90s?
Yeah, early 90s.
Yeah.
They wasn't that bad.
We were.
That baggy?
Hold on.
Like early 90s, I remember maybe like the jacket might have been a little big, but the pants wasn't really baggy. Hold on. What you doing? Putting up some throwback pictures from the 90s?
Stupid.
From the early 90s? See what you said? Yeah, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the early 90s niggas were still wearing biker shorts. You never seen that era, did you, Tati?
I've seen pictures
where grown men were walking around in biker shorts.
The 80s.
Not riding bikes.
The 80s. Kid and Play, House Party.
Listen, my granddad used to wear short.
They have like particular pants.
Nah. Niggas was wearing baggy jeans. Niggas was wearing baggy jeans. Bugle boy
my
jeans.
My granddad used to wear short ass shorts with some tube socks when I was little. So my dad told him like, hey, because my granddad was still a decade behind. My dad had to tell him like, hey, you can't wear them little ass shorts with them tube tops no more. Yeah. Them tube socks. That means something different.
I used to wear baggy ass jeans. I used to have some baggy fucking wind floppers, bro.
Okay.
I was in the 9th grade. That was 89, 90. All right. MC Hammer.
I saw some of those
already like.
Well, established. Yeah, but he had his shit specially made.
Yeah, but I mean, niggas was still wearing the baggy.
I'm just thinking about like the paid in full era in the movie. You know, that was like 88, 89, maybe 90.
No, they were tight. You
know, but there was a scene where they was all at the spot. Mm-hmm. You know, where like all the hustlers was going and chilling and shit like that.
Willie Burgers.
Yeah, you know, and I feel like that scene, they wanted the 80s look, but niggas just showed up and the shit they was wearing, like there was mad Avorexes and shit out there, you know. So I felt like they was looking mighty 2000ish, but trying to portray that. We just had a couple of niggas with gold chains. And I was like, you know what, niggas gold chains wasn't that long in the 80s.
Yeah, you niggas was wearing chokers.
Yeah, niggas shit was real. Niggas shit was like up here. Niggas shit wasn't down to like they belly buttons.
If anything, it changed as far as your chain went down.
Yeah. Almost like this right here, almost, you know? It didn't really go down here. You know, maybe a couple niggas too long.
I don't disrespect that's what I was like chokers.
Yeah.
With the little bunny, Playboy.
The Playboy bunny.
The dog tag and whatnot. With the Playboy bunny carved in the dog tag and whatnot.
So let's see. T said, yo, the 145th hamburger spot. Yeah, that was the hangout. Said, Wade says, yo, I didn't do baggy jeans though. Bugle boys though. Down the block from fish to fish. Famous Fish is the spot. I might have to hit up Famous Fish out here, yo.
Oh, Famous Fish?
Yeah, yo.
Listen, that's
where they on like Sugar Hill, right?
Huh? Yeah. They on let me know when you go. Shit.
Yeah. Shit, they open?
Me and Mo, nah, they're not open now. They not open. Listen, I'll tell you this.
COVID got a lot of shit's crazy.
No. They was open during COVID. Just don't go there on the Friday.
Why not?
Shit, if you could get in, nigga.
Don't be popping like that.
My nigga, it's Friday, New York, fish. Mm-hmm. Everybody getting fish.
Hey, Tati, we're talking about a spot. This is called Famous Fish. Okay, now when we say, okay, we're gonna go to Famous Fish, what do you picture?
Either a restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Or Beez, you heard Beez say good luck if you get in on a Friday night, right?
That's what I was gonna say, either a restaurant or like a club or lounge or something.
Okay. Now, if I told you it was literally like a hole in the wall, like literally like
it's a restaurant.
No, it's like a takeout spot. It's like literally a hole in the wall. It's like
okay.
There's one doorway. It's like
no, it's two doors.
It's two doors. Okay, 2 doors.
I'm not surprised because this place
is. Hold up, they extended the walkway now.
Okay.
So, but it's just like a big U-turn going in that shit. Like you go in the door, you make your order, the register's right there. Steps drop you right to the register.
Yeah.
You take 2-3 steps, that's where you get your food. But the thing is,
last time I went, I had like 3 or 4 people to fit me.
But okay, you could get 7, maybe 8. You know what I'm saying?
And it's just a counter when you order your food. Yes. It's a counter when you order your food. The first time I got it, I was a little shocked. I was like, yo, this is Famous Fish? Why does my fish sandwich why did this give me my fish sandwich on Wonder Bread? You know?
Shit, good. Like,
what? Khary, what? No, you supposed to eat
bread,
a fish sandwich is supposed to be with some Wonder Bread.
But if I'm going to a place called Famous Fish, you would think it's not just Wonder Bread. I'm not necessarily saying
listen, the best fish place,
little bit of hot sauce. Ooh, that Wonder Bread start doing wonders You know, soaking that shit up, mixing it with that damn fish fried or whatever the hell is fried. That's beautiful.
Man, I wish
that's some tartar sauce.
Ooh, I miss that. We used to be able to get it was a little shack
I'm gonna have to go
right next to a corner store. It was a little shack right on next to a corner store on Osborne. And they had somebody grandma was in there frying fish. Let me tell you something. And then you had to get your fries from inside in the corner store. And then inside they used to spray the vinegar on the fries. So the fries was fire. Then the fish was like some fish your grandma fried on some Wonder Bread, like at grandma's house, you know, and you use some hot sauce and some mustard and shit. That's the best fish I know. I haven't found. I don't know.
She is Southern. She said,
bruh.
She said,
some mustard, some mustard and hot sauce. That shit is bad. And then the bread gets stuck at the top of your.
Listen,
then it's fish that you gotta pick the bones out of.
That should be stuck.
Right.
Nah.
Like this is fish. Like you gotta pick the bones out of. Like I haven't had fish that good in a long ass time.
Listen, famous guy probably in a certain area. There's probably about 6, maybe 7 bones, and then it's a wrap after that.
Yeah, nah. You got you a whole fish at this place. They done threw some lemon pepper on top of the fish. Man, that shit's so damn good.
Is Diet Fish Market still open?
Yeah, I don't fuck with them.
Why not?
Fair, I don't know. They shit fell off. I feel like they should be 30. I got some crab legs from there the other day. I was like, oh, this.
See, I don't get crab legs. I go there and get like fried scallops and fried crab sticks and shit like that.
Nah, you can still go and get that.
Yeah, that's the shit I like. You know,
really.
I tell you what, when I come out here, I eat like all the junk food that's like junk food, but not junk food, but junk food, you know? Like White Castle's junk food. White Castle's junk food.
So that's top of the line junk food.
Okay. Now Kennedy fried chicken. Junk food or just good chicken?
Yes, it's junk food, but it's good chicken that will save your life from the neck.
Yeah, I've had it twice since I've been here so far. I've only been here since Sunday morning. It's now what, Tuesday? Yeah. So I've had that twice so far.
Let me tell you.
I've had a slice of pizza.
Let me tell you the beauty.
It's a home cooked food for my mom. What's that?
Well, you know, not but any other kid. You know, it's just goes like food.
Yeah.
That's the woo.
Yeah. I'll definitely be hitting those up a little bit now.
There's some joints that can close to 60.
Like right now, in my head, I'm like, when I leave here, do I stop at White Castle's or do I stop at the Kennedy Fried Chicken? I had pizza for lunch.
What? Some
yeah. I think I'm gonna do some. But what's that chicken spot down the block?
Down here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Kennedy.
It's a Kennedy?
It's Kennedy. It's just they call it chicken.
What time they close? Might have to pull up.
They might close now that everything's like going back to normal. They probably close at 3.
Let's Google it.
Put in Chicken Hut.
Chicken Hut. That's a wild name.
Yo, they've been there for years, though.
Closes 1:45 a.m. That's a weird time to close, but guess I'm stopping at Chicken Hut. You want to ride and get some Chicken Hut after this, Beez?
Yeah, we go to chicken.
Some chicken. All I get is chicken breast and motherfucking
Cinnabreast, bro.
And rolls.
Just get you any.
What the fuck is a Cinnabreast? That sounds weird.
No, listen, okay.
That sounds like Tati might want to try to cook that one day.
You got the breast, right? You got the breast, and the breast is basically like this. You see me? Like I'm all swole, right? So the breast is like that.
I like the breast.
In the middle, you got the you got the center breast. You just take the 2 pieces of chicken at the top of that shit and just peel them back. You just peel them back, and it just falls off the bone.
Man,
the ones that about the center breast. They got some stuff down there.
T said, y'all going up to 3rd Ave to get that? Nah, not tonight. Not tonight.
You know what I mean? So they got the halal chicken.
The halal chicken, yeah.
Halal chicken.
Would be good. Oh, you know what I think I need to do? Damn it, man.
Yeah.
where my mom lives, they ain't got no spots that make me bacon, egg, and cheese on rolls, yo. I gotta like.
You're not gonna go to the dude.
No.
What's that, Tati?
The one dude that be like, never. But you're not gonna go to him, let him make you a breakfast sandwich.
Nah, that's too far.
Let me tell you, because you're in the bougie side.
Yeah, the side I'm on, we ain't got that.
We ain't got that side. You gotta go back to where you grew up at.
I know. I gotta like just jump in the car. See, but I don't. See, damn it, man. You know what? Tomorrow might be a good morning to do it, actually.
Yo, listen.
And I say that because I gotta wake up early tomorrow. I gotta set my alarm for like 6 a.m. I gotta wake up early because I gotta reach out to some people that's in like a 6-hour time zone difference from me. So I gotta wake up early to reach out to them and have a conversation about some shit. But after I have that conversation, I might be able to throw on some warm clothes, jump in the whip, and drive over there to get me a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich on the road that I cannot get down south because I tried to get it one time and these niggas pissed me off. Right? These niggas microwave my egg.
No flat iron grill?
No flat iron grill. They microwave my egg. Yo. This nigga scrambled my egg up in a bowl, right? I'm like, oh, he's scrambling that egg good. I'm like,
made that shit in the microwave.
I'm like, yo, where's the griddle? I'm like, where's he gonna place this shit, right? This nigga's whipping it up. And then this nigga opens up the microwave door, puts my shit in for 30 seconds. I'm like, what the fuck? Yo, I'm like, yo, you know what you don't need the microwave? An egg. You know how long it takes to cook an egg? The same time it takes to microwave an egg. So, no, don't microwave that damn egg. Yo, but yeah.
Please don't microwave my shit. That's why I don't eat Dunkin' Donuts. Cause
Yeah,
listen, I don't know what y'all got going on.
Yeah, I think I went to Dunkin' Donuts one time. I had a bacon, egg, and cheese on a croissant that was good. That one time, and never again since. Every time I get one, that should be like,
take your ass to the deli and let Louis fucking.
Yeah, I got to do that.
Let Louis go up your heart.
I ain't got that down south, man. Down south, I gotta go.
I
gotta go to Dunkin' Donuts. What's that?
You don't make no bacon, egg, and cheese.
Nah, they had a diner there, but that diner burnt down.
Your house burnt down?
Yeah, that shit been going about 3-4 years now. That shit was going before the pandemic.
Wow.
Yeah, and nothing came to replace it. There's no deli
never.
There's no deli on that side no more. You know,
but you ain't no deli.
They ain't got no deli.
That shit on the end of the food stand shit. That shit ain't a deli?
No, they got like some food bar shit in there. And like healthy food, nutrition shit. They got a pizza shop. They got a candy store. They got a grocery store.
So they closed Kennedy too?
Now Kennedy's a store. Oh, that's why I got the chicken from. Okay. What time is it? 11 o'clock?
They closed the bagel shop?
Yeah, the bagel shop. That's like a recycling center now.
What?
Yeah, I see mad people over there with like carts full of bottles and shit, like just waiting in line to like recycle shit.
Now, just to put you on, you know they sell. I don't know if they probably don't even do that no more. But I know the supermarket used to sell food, like you go in there and get you fried fish, fried shrimp, food price. They had some shit. They had some nice Spanish ladies back there. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. I ain't never got one from there though. But I tell you what, I might tomorrow morning. I think I might go get me bacon, egg, and cheese in the morning. And you know what else I might do? Yeah. When I told him to make me that bacon, egg, and cheese, you know what? Go ahead and make me a hero too, man. Because I ain't had a hero in a while. Man.
Wait. You want a hero?
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
You want a hero?
I want a nice sandwich, Joe.
You want a nice sandwich?
I want a hoagie. You know? They don't make hoagies in the subway.
Listen.
Publix is the closest thing, but that'd be like overkill.
I'm about to put you on.
What's that?
Yeah, if you want to go to this place, I can take you some place you can get everything you want. Sure.
I have time constraints. I am working while I'm out here too, though.
Listen, somehow, no. If it don't snow crazy, you're supposed to snow this weekend. If it don't snow crazy on Friday, Saturday morning, you come to me, I'm gonna put you.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. What kind of sandwich you want? You want chicken cutlet, you want cold cuts, what you want?
Why I feel like you whispering about this sandwich?
I don't know.
This sandwich top secret.
Nah, the sandwich ain't top secret. The sandwich is so sexy. Yo, listen, I get a BLT from you on a hero. Yo, fam, I swear to God, they put in the whole pack. Maybe a pack.
That's too much bacon for me.
Yeah, listen, listen. That swine is fine, divine, and ready to die.
Yeah, that's too much bacon. I've been doing a lot of turkey bacon lately.
Now, but listen, that's you can get that. But you want a nice sandwich, like sandwich that they sell you in $5, it's not gonna be the sandwich that they sell you. And you're gonna pay the same price that you pay for.
Got you, but that don't concern me. How long the drive is going to be. The drive, you know? Oh, I want my sandwich when I want my sandwich. I don't want to drive 30, 45 minutes to get a sandwich.
Oh, no.
You know?
Gotcha. But listen, that bacon, egg, and cheese, you can be like, oh, delicious.
So for me, a bacon, egg, and cheese anywhere in New York for me.
Wow. You want to go across the street? Shit. For that,
you know, for me, it's the griddle they use to make an egg. You know,
oh yeah.
Make sure you got that. Make sure that foil been on there for at least a week and a half.
You want my man across the street because you with me, you want your sandwich slightly. You want to have that's what he's gonna ask.
Got you.
You pay the same price.
He says, "Yo, reminds me of the days coming from the club at 5 a.m. in Pelham, getting breakfast sandwich next to the 6. Oh shit."
Word. Yeah, it's like a pizza.
So I would get these breakfast sandwiches down south. This is the type of shit I miss, yo. If it wasn't for it being cold 8 out of the 12 months a year, I would probably make that.
Just because of the bacon, egg, and cheese?
Yeah, just for bacon, egg, and cheese and all types of crazy shit like that. Okay, these fried chicken.
Maybe a slice from Nick's.
Yeah, last time I went there, I ain't really care for it as much as I used to.
Yeah.
I think my taste buds changed a little bit with pizza. Just a little bit.
I mean, for me, somebody got mad at me. But, for me, Pizza Hut is the shit. Yeah, that shit is done. No, my pizza got to be done well. I tell them, run it through the machine once without the sauce. Then put your stuff in and run it through it.
Yeah, I gotta get a pizza from somewhere else.
I like the deep dish.
Last thing I'm gonna do in New York is order a Pizza Hut.
If I can't,
Pizza Hut used to be my favorite spot. I used to love me some Pizza Hut.
Listen, I ain't eating Domino's. I'll tell you that. Shit.
Domino's got better though. I used to be like that, but Domino's got better.
Domino's is horrible. Shit. Only thing that's good about the Domino's where I live at. Mm-hmm. If you order and you say your order has to go to the projects, or your pizza is $5 because they're not delivering to the projects, you gotta come get it. Or your pizzas are $5. That's crazy. That's crazy, right? Yeah. So you got mad niggas that be saying, "Yo, I'm in the projects. I couldn't pick it up." No one nigga live across the street from Domino's.
They just want their shit for $5. Mm-hmm. Let's get ready to get up out of here now. We got a couple things. There's going to be a 6th season of Kevin Hart's Real Husbands of Hollywood, which I think that's going to be kind of funny because I like that series. O.J. Simpson is off parole, so he came to Florida or went to Florida, started watching some games and shit like that. Julia Fox says she's not dating Kanye West for money. She says, "Honey, I've dated billionaires before." I ain't saying you would go.
That's the flex.
But she ain't fucking with no broke niggas. You know?
that girl said, "Mind your business. This ain't nothing new."
And Peter Dinklage is angry at Disney remaking Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. He don't like the way they fucking portray the dwarfs again. So
wow, what they do with the dwarfs?
They just portray them pretty much the same way, like the
happy, sleepy, lazy,
little people that are like children.
Oh, they don't like the fact that they're little people.
Like children. They like and describe them and shit like that in the way that they do. So Yeah,
bashful.
Yo, listen.
Like I'm a grown man.
I
Keep me
see
into the
one
book.
on the green. Oh my goodness. And she has the cake.
She's extra thick for you, huh?
Yes. It's like,
oh shit.
That's what's up, yo. Because so what it, yo, but this is whole. So do they want to change the name of it, like Snow White and the seven? I don't know.
No, I think the title is just Snow White. It's just the way they portray the little people in Snow White.
But
it used to be called Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, but I think it depends on the version and who is producing it. Because sometimes I think the original was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, but I think now when people redo it, it's just Snow White.
Yo, but this is my thing. I
don't think they can hear you, dude. You gotta pick your mic up.
This is my thing. It's Snow White. The original story portrays as Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I don't know no tall dwarfs.
It's not.
How do you?
Well, no, they not mad at that, Beez. They mad at like the dwarfs. They had names describing feelings or emotions like bashful, happy, lazy, grouchy. They're mad about that part. Like,
and not only that is because of the size and because they're short and dwarfs, they've always been looked at and treated like they were children, even though you look at them like, okay, they're grown men, but they're acting like children. You know, this guy has a long ass beard, but he's acting like a child, and that's kind of one of the things that they're kind of or should I say, Peter Dinklage in particular is upset about with this new remake of Snow White.
So wait.
You know, now that I think about it, they did treat them like children.
Wait, so he want all of them to be like all the Snow White movies to be like Snow White in the Huntsman?
No, they want them to be more like maybe assistants rather than like they were her assistants, but they were like childlike. They want
no, they wasn't them. They was kicking ass in that movie. What you talking about?
It's not what they was
They're
doing.
talking about the Disney movie. They're talking about Disney, like the cartoon.
Right, and they're not talking about what they did, like in particular, like whenever heroics they did. They're saying just how Snow White herself looks at them and addresses them and treats them, you know, like children, no matter.
Like it's too sensitive.
Because she definitely treated them like they were her children. You know? She definitely did.
If it was Snow White and the seven little niggas, you know, we'd be up in arms, yo. Like, yo, why y'all still portraying seven little niggas? You know?
I mean, I get the movement, dog. You know? I get it. I get the movement.
And that's kind of how, you know, you find that's kind of how I look at other people when they kind of like getting angry at things. I'm like, okay, yes, that's your perspective, and it's because you're a part of this type of this group of people, you know, just like I'm part of a group of people. So I kind of like, okay, let me take out dwarf, let me put little nigga, you know, and that's how they did it, you know, and it was just a short black guy that now they look at and always treat like some little kid. And even though he's 35 years older than you, it's just because he's short and he has a name like Grumpy that you treat him like a kid, you know? And that's why he's mad, because you see the silliness in that shit, you know? And it's like, okay, why do these characters always get portrayed on some silly shit?
Beez, stop laughing, bro.
No, I think Beez laughing kind of like
childish, man.
That shit is crazy, yo.
I don't know, but I do remember in the movie now that she definitely treated them like children. That was actually one of my favorite movies growing up. Like, you know, the song.
Like kids. I gotta see the movie again, yo. I got Disney Plus.
The Jungle Book. Like, those were some of my favorite movies. She definitely treated them like they were her children. So, I mean, if dwarfs, little people, get upset about that, I mean, you know, we changing everything else. Why we can't change that? Just make them into little helpers, kind of like the people like on Willy Wonka. Like, just, you know, give them the respect they asking for.
Like
Willy Wonka.
Like oh man, what's that movie?
We accommodating everybody else. Why not?
What's that movie? Santa Claus? That starred What's Angelina Jolie's ex's name?
Tom Cruise?
No.
Brad Pitt?
Brad Pitt.
No. The one before her. What's the dude name that fucked Halle Berry in Monsters Ball?
Oh, Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah, Billy Bob Thornton. You know? What? Yeah, what's my point? What's my point now? There was a movie with Billy Bob Thornton.
Bad Santa. Let's go.
Bad Santa, you know? Because we were talking about little people. And Bad Santa, the little person, you know, in that film, acted very adult-like, you know? Now imagine if he, instead of acting like an adult, he was now acting like Billy Bob Thornton's subordinate and more childlike, and he was only acting like a child and being treated like a child because he was a dwarf.
But he was the brains of the operation.
Exactly. And that's the problem Peter Dinklage has with the Snow White shit. They act like nobody has brains because they're dwarfs. And that's the shit that kind of upsets him, which I can kind of understand. Okay. Now, how should they go about changing it? I don't know. Be honest, you know. But I think that's everything I got really for tonight. I ain't got no more. Anybody else got anything they want to talk about? Want to chat about?
I don't.
You gonna come to New York, Tati?
Am I gonna come to New York?
You come experience some of this cold.
What day? Beez. Wait a minute, Beez. Wait a minute. Beez, you made a drink the other day. What was that?
He ain't got his headphones in.
Oh, damn it.
He got his headphones in.
Beez made a drink the other day, and I want one.
But maybe after the snowstorm this weekend, you should probably fly out.
Now, Tati, what you said?
She said you made a drink the other day. What was that drink you made?
What was the drink you made the other day? I want one with Henny in it.
Oh, what was in the
bottle? It
bottle?
was like a slushy looking drink.
Oh, that's the mango Henny.
Oh, it had Henny in it.
Yeah. I can't keep no Henny punch. But mango Henny, I'll be helping that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
You said there was a storm out there?
There's supposed to be a storm coming up this Friday, Saturday.
Oh.
So maybe after that passes, you can fly out and some shit like that.
Pick
it in NY. Pick it in NY. Make sure you get a jacket.
A jacket and some boots.
A coat, not even a jacket, a coat. It's a thermal.
My problem is what the problem really is. I could definitely get a jacket and some boots, right? My problem is to be in New York. Like, I don't want to be on some throat shit in New York just because it's cold. I just need a jacket. Like, I feel like I want to be on some like New York, like really like dress up, some dressy winter shit. You know, like some fly winter shit, not some I just needed a jacket and some boots. Like, I'm trying to, I
don't think there's enough places open.
Listen.
Stop. I'm not even going nowhere, but I don't want to be on some like some coat and boot shit. I want to be on some fur and you know, stiletto type shit.
You've been watching too many fucking Christmas movies about New York, because it is not like that. It is not like
I feel like New York fashion is fire because they actually still dress in the winter. Here you get yoga pants.
Who told you that?
And that's only when they go to the clubs.
Who told you
and
that?
That's what I mean. I want to be on some fly shit, like, you know.
That's a Friday night, maybe a Saturday. And the winter,
right?
Let me tell you something. New York is a very quiet place when it is cold. If it is brick.
That's like Tampa.
Yes, when it is cold.
Nobody is outside.
Even though some people still go to the clubs on those nights, they're not the same, you know? Because there was when I first came out here back in like 2012, when I came back out here, there was a couple nights we went out to the club and it was like fucking 19 degrees. And
it was not a lot.
No, I would not be going outside at 19 degrees.
There was people in the club. It was like somebody's birthday party. And I had just came back to the city and shit like that. And I luckily found a parking spot right outside the club. So I was like, I'm going in. If it was a little farther, I probably would have just took my ass home.
Listen, Tati, and that's
not 19 degrees.
No, see, when it ain't cold, he wouldn't have found that spot in front of the club.
Didn't take that into consideration.
You wouldn't have found that spot.
But the spot was still lit though. It's still
I mean, I follow you. I'm saying like for the daytime. I'm gonna want to go somewhere during the daytime. Is it still 19 degrees during the daytime?
Yeah.
Yes. It's cold. Probably cold in the daytime. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Listen, Tati,
okay, well see that's the misconception. I thought it was like Florida, it gets hotter during the day. Huh?
A lot of times we do feel like the sun is colder during the day.
No, Tati, see, you don't know about the sun being out, beaming, looking like it's beaming out, right?
And you don't feel shit.
And you don't feel shit.
That shit just bright as hell.
I'm not familiar.
Fucking with your eyesight.
You be like this.
Fucking with your eyesight.
You be like this, and your face be freezing. Your face be freezing. You be blind with a frozen face.
I want to experience
whole thing around your shit. And you just like,
I want to experience snow, but at the same time, like I hate being cold. Like
I tell you what,
cold shit.
I tell you what,
I can't.
Snowy days aren't really cold. Yeah. You know, the days that it be okay, every now and then it do be like some really, really cold shit when it do snow sometimes. That's when it's like really windy and snowy. Those days be cold. But a lot of times it's just when the snow's just coming down, it actually be not very bad. It'd be like in the 30s. You know, it'd be like right below freezing. It don't be like that brick shit that you be like outside, like hugging yourself, like you said earlier.
Like
listen, that all sound cold as hell to me. I don't know. I've never experienced that cold.
Check it out, Tati. When it's snowing, you can actually be outside with like a jacket.
Yeah.
But depending on how much snow snows and how it packs up. Now after that, now we talking refrigeration.
Yeah. When the snow stops coming down, it just starts getting cold.
When that shit start freezing, and then Tati, because check it,
aftermath.
There's times where in New York it snows in January. That shit don't melt till February.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Though the snow out here the other day melted the very next day. It wasn't a really high one. It snowed Sunday night, it snowed. And by Monday afternoon, it was all good.
Like, Tati, okay, me and Khary used to live. There's a mall there behind, right? So that shit, like, fills up with snow. Like, depending on what you call it, but you know, we have like a bad snowstorm. That shit fills up with snow. Yeah. They go in there and they plow that shit. Now, mind you, they be shopping carts and all that shit. But they don't stop to get the shopping carts. I just need you to understand this. So then they push all that snow up into like a big mountain or a ball or whatever, right? That shit won't melt for like 3 months. And then when it finally melts, you see like maybe 6, 7 shopping carts all piled on top of each other as that shit melts.
That's fucking terrible.
Yeah, but that's how long the snow be. What's it? If it be cold, that shit is not gonna fucking melt.
Listen, it was probably 30 something today, like 35, 34, something like that.
Yeah,
and it was raining. It was raining on top of that. You know what I'm saying? When I tell you I woke up and I heard the rain, I'm like, okay. When I kept hearing the rain all morning, today's a rainy day. I'm finna stay in the house. It's cold as hell. I finished Dexter today. I had groceries delivered. I chilled. You know, like I chill. I cooked a little something, sipped on a little, you know, chilling. Ain't no way in hell in like 19, 20 degree weather, 30 degree weather would I even want to go anywhere. Honestly, my cousin has dragged me out the last weekend and we just went and got drinks and stuff like last minute. We were out for maybe 2 hours this weekend, but it was cold as hell. It was cold as hell. I'm like, I'm not going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere, y'all. Don't invite me nowhere. I'm in the house. That is crazy. I couldn't even imagine. That is insane.
Let me see. What's the current temperature?
It's cold.
What's the current temperature?
All right,
so right now, Right now it is 28 degrees. Let's see.
What is the wind chill?
That's what it says. 28 degrees right now. And it's gonna get. Yeah, tonight is gonna get even lower. By 6 a.m. it's gonna be 20 degrees. So now looking at that, I'm not too sure about that going to be Tuesday.
Dang, I'm just looking at the.
28, because then you gotta throw the wind chill factor.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the chat.
The wind is blowing at 14, 15 miles an hour.
That's crazy.
T said it's -8 out here right now. I think here in Chicago.
In the shop.
-8.
-8. Yeah, it do get any negatives out here too sometimes.
They up in the mountains like that. I mean, not in the mountains, but Chicago's up there.
They say these bone freeze.
Huh?
Bone freeze.
Y'all, I don't know how y'all do it.
Yo, I bought some I finally got some long johns since I've been out here. And I put some long johns on underneath my jeans today. And I kind of went outside like I dare my legs to be cold.
They were still cold.
Yeah, after about 10 minutes of walking to the garage, it started getting a little cold. I started feeling a little bit of cold. Like, maybe I need 2 pairs to really feel like I can't be cold. I never actually put on 2 pairs of long johns before.
No, you know what it is?
What's that?
I'm about to tell you.
What's that?
You got Florida jeans. Not African jeans.
Nah, I think all jeans are the same.
Nah, all jeans are not the same.
Nah, when I say when they
all
don't
jeans
have
are not
holes,
the same.
when they don't have holes, they're all the same. All same jeans.
New York.
Because I've worn jeans and I bought in New York with no thermals on, and it still felt like I had nothing on.
Well, when you bought them jeans, because like what I'm trying to tell you, in the winter, the jeans are heavier than they are in the winter.
Without thermals, still feel like I got nothing on. I still feel wind blowing through them jeans.
Yeah, okay, I'm not knocking you, but
I feel the wind going through the threads.
I know that I have jeans that I bought during the summertime that are light. And then I have jeans that I bought in the winter that are heavy.
He said I'm drinking Mad Henny.
I can put a pair of sweats on and everything good.
Gotcha.
But you put on thermals, so you gotta build up the heat in the thermals first. Sweats, if you should have bought you some sweats, and the way sweats are made today, they should be able to fit up in your jeans. You know what I'm saying?
Did you guys see that?
What's that?
Did you guys see that 50 Cent is producing a new show called Hip Hop Homicides?
Yes, I did see something.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, huh?
I think it was kind of I think one of the things that inspired it might have been like Snoop Dogg story. I think he was talking about doing a case like the thing too. I think that might have inspired that other shit with like unsolved murders now.
So murder was the case, like, because didn't Snoop do a movie about his shit? Or
he did a long video.
Yeah, a long video. Okay.
So they're gonna be investigating unsolved murders like in the hood. I think that's gonna be pretty dope. I've been into little murder shows lately.
Yeah. It's interesting to see what the type of lane they take. Are they doing like a documentary, investigation? Are they trying to find out who did it?
Is this gonna be like First 48?
Right.
Let's see.
Or is it gonna be like ghost hunters?
You know what's so crazy?
Yeah,
Are we only doing murders that are so unsolved and associated with hip hop?
Possibly.
So he gonna be doing mad drill rapper.
I don't even know. You can go back to things like Big L, Freaky Top.
Nah, what you call it? Nah, Freaky Top's killer. You can't what you call it. That's why. Which one of them has life? One of the Lost Boys has life, and it's because he killed the dude to kill Freaky Top. I just can't think of it. I think I want to say it's Spin Nice, the new short dude with the braids. I want to say it's him. I'm not too sure.
Got you. Oh, does anybody play Wordle?
Only since you told me about it. I haven't played it recently.
Only me.
I haven't done it since last week, really.
Yeah, I just scrolled past the article that said Monday's word had me stressed out. It had me stressed out too. The final word was from Monday was no.
What was it?
Knoll.
No.
Yeah, and I was like, what 5-letter
I'm gonna
word?
never fucking guess that.
I didn't guess it. I was just like, what 5-letter word has one vowel? And I got through all my letters. There was like, there was an O, there was an L, and I was like, what the fuck word did I make out of this K, this N, this O, this L, this V, this G, this J, this Z,
yeah,
this Q?
And it doesn't
like,
tell you. It doesn't tell you when there's 2 letters either.
Right. So
it tells you it's right, but it doesn't tell you there's 2 letters.
That one was difficult.
2 of the same letters. My bad.
No, today's I got one. I think on the second try. I think. I'm not going to say what today's word was because today is still here.
I'm glad I haven't been doing it either though, because I feel like it doesn't mess up my stats because I would have probably got that wrong. And actually, I've gotten each one of them.
Not doing it messes up your stats too.
Really?
Yeah. Like
I didn't know that.
If you don't, and I say messes up your stats. I thought it was okay. I thought the consecutive like wins was based off of me just playing today and winning. And then maybe not play tomorrow, but then the next day I play, I win. I'm on the streak. No, if I skip a day, my streak ends.
Oh. Okay.
So if you've gotten 5 straight, 6 straight, 7 straight, if you skip a day, your streak ends. So
I'm gonna start waking up and doing it as soon as when I wake up.
You know, I was on a streak until Monday when the word was null, but I didn't get it. But I got today's word on the second try. But yeah, it's a fun game. If the whole world plays the same letters, plays the same word.
I'm sorry, I apologize. He's not in jail for murder. He's in jail for murder. Mm-hmm. He's not in jail for murder. The person for 50 times. He's in jail for murder. Sentenced to 37 years for a spree of bank robbery. For 2 murders. This is what
got you. Oh wow. I just pulled up something real quick on that Freaky Time thing. Freaky Time was one of 3 killed in a feud actually. 3 suspects charged with March 28 murder of North Point rapper Freaky Tower was affiliated with one of the rap group of the Hellraisers. The Freaky Tower's death was not the first to result in a apparent feud between the 2 groups. All 3 suspects were charged, and they say Freaky Tower was killed because he was believed to be related to a shooter in another killing. He was a relative of the shooter in another killing. That's wild. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna get me some what was it called? Chicken Hut? Yeah, it's called Chicken Hut. I only remember that because it sounded like pizza. I'm not getting pizza. So I think I'm gonna get some Chicken Hut. I think we're gonna call it a night. That's everything we got for this evening. You know, this was an interesting stream. Not with the regular setup, but we still set it up and let it get going and get it where we had to go. You know, that made no fucking sense, but you know what I was trying to say, yo. Oh, there you go. Oh, man. But we're gonna be back Friday. I think I'm gonna be streaming from my mom's house on Friday evening. So then we're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna figure out the stream and see if I can get this machine actually work correctly so we can get the setup properly and things like that. So I got a couple of days trying to figure that out. But I think that's everything we got. For the rest of your week, be great, do your best, and stay sucker free. And keep a smile on your face, baby. Peace out this biatch. Right? Wow. I think so.
Bye, guys.
Be out, y'all.
Feel like
See, I was about to do a beat too.